So then Mercury is going in the 10th degree, right? Retrograde. So for some of you, you have to project that there is going to be a harmonious union between the person you're communicating with your words, so that the energy is felt and you can just leave it. There's intention there. That's why Mercury's going retrograde in your third house of communication, sibling, and short distance travel. Venus in Leo is moving direct this week, and it's picking up a bit of speed, and it's transiting your second house. So it would be a lot about staying persistent despite how painful it might be to not be able to buy those new Jimmy Choo shoes, or those new Alexander Wang shirt, or that new Steve Madden Chelsea boot. It's about realizing, maybe it's more about understanding the deeper value system of like how I choose to value what I know. And that helps you grow. And then Mars and Libra is transiting your fourth house, which is really about be careful of how too free you are with your family. Like some of you are going too far with your family, with the emotions, and things could go south if you start to destroy yourself to feel understood. So it's really about, again, placing those boundaries here. Be careful with your physical energy, because some family can be draining. So I see a lot of you forming new family tribes, and that is where I see your soul and spirit thriving here at Cancer rising. For Leo rising, the Sun in Virgo is transiting your second house. So this is really about staying focused on valuing yourself. Yes, it is a Leo fire. It's not Virgo for sure. It is the Leo fire. Some people can be intimidated by that, but you know you need to eat. You know you need to be non-regretful. And because there was a Venus in retrograde, I see Leo rising being stuck as like they're like revising too much of how they need to survive, which is them making them feel sad. But I also see it very needed, because Leo rising really do know that, like I said, you're on the heart of knowing. I really do think it's about Leo rising detaching from what you do sometimes, because you're going to be so poetic and eloquent from this Venus in retrograde. There's been a transformation. You do want admiration, and I am giving you the admiration, Leo rising. You have transformed, and it is beautiful. And that is the Venus in retrograde. That is Venus and Leo going direct in your first house. It may seem all a little bit like there's a new you emerging, but it's very much needed for this new paradigm. And then with Mars and Libra in your third house, it's so important to realize that with the Mars and Libra in your third house, yes, take it easy. Please save your energy with the short distance travel. If you're doing this and that and that and this and that and that, and you're answering those calls and you're calling those people and you're thinking about all these emails and stuff, you're going to be drained at the end of the day. And then you have a Mercury retrograde on your second house. So think about your value system and coordinates where you're putting your energy and even where you're putting your drive here. And that helps you take the back seat and helps you relax here, Leo rising. For Virgo rising, the Sun in Virgo is transiting your first house. So it's all about staying focused on your energy and how you're projecting yourself. And don't do anything regretful because of impatience here, Virgo. But you're very witty and you're very intelligent. So take care of your relationship with yourself and journal a success story. I really see Virgo here, Virgo rising, saying, I'm in this place, but I see myself going in this direction, and I see myself attracting all this good energy because you have the perfect alignment to do this, because you have Mercury and Virgo retrograde in 10th house, in your first house. So you're already revising this new success story. And then you have Venus and Leo working through the subliminal, the subconscious, to birth a new self. When it comes in your sign, when Venus comes in your sign, October 18th, 2020. When Venus goes into Virgo, October 8th. Okay, I said October 14th. Just in, Venus actually goes into Virgo October 8th. So everybody jot that down. I'm jotting that down now. Venus goes into Virgo October 8th. That is going to be next level, because that is going to be when we're going to have the opposition with Neptune. That's when the new earth relationships, I do believe will start to emerge, but we won't talk about that right now. But other than that, you have Mars and Libra in your second house, so it's all about kind of understanding success comes with patience, conserve your energy, and, don't be too carefree with the bank account here, Virgo rising. Okay, let's move forward to Libra rising. The sun in Virgo is in the 12th house. So for Libra rising, it's going to be about staying focused on understanding your subconscious mind. You have to be so vigilant, Libra rising, because nobody can do it for you. And you can't be doing anything regretful because you're impatient with your subconscious. It's about revising with this Mercury in retrograde your subconscious mind to understand that there are relationships that can help you take care of your subconscious mind, but it's going to be through voicing how you feel here, Libra rising. And so Venus is in Leo in the 11th house for you guys, transiting the 11th house. So that's all going to be about staying persistent despite how painful things might feel in your dreams. You have to keep striving to develop your intelligence, to keep the knowledge and corporation alive. It's like a sustained effort here with Venus and Leo because it's just starting to pick up speed. So you need to plug it in with good energy. For Mars and Libra in the 12th house, it's really important to realize transiting your 12th house. Oh, sorry. So for Libra rising, for Mars and Libra transiting your first house, it's really important to take it easy and kind of get to know yourself here, because get a human design reading. You know what I mean? Or for some of you who are not so spiritual, maybe it's about being careful with your physical energy in general here, Libra rising. So we're moving forward to Scorpio rising. With Scorpio rising, it's this week, September 9th to September 16th, 2023. It's really going to be about Sun in Virgo is transiting your 11th house. And it's really important to stay focused on your dreams here. And don't get too regretful about anything you do in pursuit of your dreams, towards connecting with people, because of impatience. Realize that the things you're doing are smart, but we're just at such a weird time with Mercury in retrograde on the sun. So our ego is present, right? So physically my ego is present, but because of this atmospheric influence, it's Mercury is bringing the collective back to review even these degrees of when we were in Leo season. So this is just intense. And that's Mercury in retrograde in your 11th house till pretty much, actually Mercury does go direct on the 15th. Yeah, Mercury goes direct on the 15th. So right as we wrap up the 6th to the 16th at the end of this week, Mercury does go direct. So that does give me hope that for some of you, maybe you feel a little bit stuck because of this Mercury retrograde. And I feel like a lot of you do know how to move forward when it goes direct. With Venus and Leo in the 10th house, I think it's important to realize that you want to feel seen with all the maturity you've gone through over the Venus and Leo retrograde that started July 23, 2023. Right. Yes. Was a Venus and Leo retrograde that started in July 23, 2023. And then now you have Venus going direct September 3rd, and now it's up to speed. So you've had about a month and a week to figure out how to really revise your career. But could you ever, for some of you Scorpio rising, I wonder, I have a journal entry for you guys. Could you ever consume that time we went through in in an amount of days? Or was it just a spiritual influence? Because for me, I'm very curious about how Scorpio rising would feel about that. Mars in Libra is in the 12th house, transiting the 12th house for you guys. So it really is about getting to know yourself on a really deep, intimate level, which will help in your interactions with other people. And it's really important to be careful with the physical energy here, because Mars is transiting your 12th house. Some of you just might feel a lot more tired than usual. So be careful, Scorpio rising. Remember, success comes with patience. For Sagittarius rising, Sun in Virgo is in your 10th house, Mercury in Virgo is in your 10th house, Venus in Leo is in your transiting your 9th house, and Mars in Libra is transiting your 11th house. With the Sun in Virgo moving at normal speed, a degree a day, coming out of the Mercury retrograde on the Friday, right? So we come out of Mercury retrograde on Friday, the 15th of September. It really is about seeing how temperance here with the Virgo of balancing that earth and fire energy. I know the relationship between Virgo and Sag is in fact a square. So for a lot of you, you're going through spiritual growth in your career, having to notice what's working and what's not. And with Mercury in retrograde, there's a serious revision with your career, which could be really successful if you know how to place your cards well. And then with Venus and Leo coming direct, having come direct that last week on the 3rd, now you're in this Venus picking up her speed, and she's in your transiting your 9th house, and you're feeling this trine, but this actually the sextile to Leo, and you're feeling like you just might have went through something in your career, but now you're feeling a lot more healthier spirit with your 9th house, and that's helping you create better belief systems. And with Mars and Libra coming in your 11th house, transiting your 11th house, it's really important to realize that, yes, with relationships and higher groups, you're going to have to listen and cooperate with these people and stick to higher moral grounds, because if you're playing the impatient card, you're not going to really resonate with anyone, because nobody's going to know what you're thinking about. Nobody's going to know if you don't kind of show the eloquence of understanding the people you surround yourself with, then, and you're not letting other people understand your intelligence, then the expectation of how people interact with you is going to be lowered. And that's not going to be good for you, Sagittarius rising, for some of you. And for some of you, everybody gets you and everybody understands you. It's about being careful with the physical energy here and keeping time for yourself for the self-maintenance. Because remember, Sagittarius rising, success comes with patience. For Capricorn rising, the Sun in Virgo is transiting your 9th house. Mercury in Virgo is transiting your 9th house. Venus in Leo is transiting your 8th house. And Mars in Libra is transiting your 10th house. For Capricorn rising, this week is going to be about understanding that you need to start expressing what you believe in, because nobody knows what you believe in for some of you. And for some of you, you're placing your money where your belief systems are, and you don't have anything in the bank account anymore. So with this Mercury in retrograde, it's telling me you can have a bit of balance here. Revise for some of you, you need to revise how you're coming off so people understand you. And for some of you, you need to revise how you spend your money and your belief systems about that. And when Venus and Leo is going direct in the 8th house for you guys, it's really going to be about staying persistent in these intimate relationships, realizing you need to develop your intelligence about the other person, which is going to require some cooperation. And it's not about being so free, it's about creating little freedoms for yourself here, Capricorn rising. Some of you are just trying to get out of intimate relationships because you don't know how to cooperate with them. And for some of you, it's really about you're able to see the passion and you need to calm it down. So I really do think when that Mars comes in Libra in the 10th house, it will be about just understanding that it takes a lot of self-maintenance here to understand how you can even put yourself in relationships with other people. For Aquarius rising, the sun in Virgo is transiting the 8th house. So for a lot of you guys, it's going to be, again, staying focused in the energy of understanding the other here, Aquarius rising. And don't do anything regretful because you just don't understand the other person. With Mercury in retrograde in the 8th house, it is telling me that in Virgo, but it comes direct on that Friday on the 15th, it's telling me there is a success story with resources, and there is a success story with the relationships of all kinds you want intimacy with, but it's understanding that you need to journal where you've been through to understand how to be grateful for what you have. And with Venus and Leo coming direct in your 7th house, I mean, just stay persistent with the relationships you want to manifest. It's not going to just come into fruition this week, but you can develop your intelligence to keep knowledge and sow yourself into a brighter future. With Mars and Libra in the 9th house, it's really going to be about taking it easy here, sticking to higher moral grounds with your belief systems, no matter the skepticism of what you do, and being a little bit careful of being too carefree in your diplomacy. Some of you just know the answer, but it's like a little bit of a tug of war, being like, well, I was trained this way. My mother or my father or my soul tribe taught me to be this way. And for some of you, it's like, well, I taught myself how to survive. And that's going to be my new moral system. And that's where I see Aquarius and Aquarius rising surviving, is through getting out of the programming, because Aquarius rising was designed to be ahead. So that's the lifestyle they're living. So if they have a belief system that's working for them, Aquarius rising this week, let this belief system ride out the week and see how it goes. For Pisces rising, the sun in Virgo is transiting your 7th house. Mercury in Virgo is transiting your 7th house. And Venus in Leo is transiting your 6th house. Mars in Libra is transiting your 8th house. So for Pisces rising, it's really this week is about, I know the energy could be fickle with the relationships. I know Neptune's in your sign. I know you want to be the big inspiration, but you have to understand it's so important to let go of non-rational reactions or actions or things that are just not rational. Because some of you are really riding that Neptune wave and going into other worlds. That's why Saturn's here, to make it about being present. There is no time to create little fantasies. Everything that's true is being brought to you in the present moment. And that's not easy for you, Pisces rising. So my tip this week is, in your relationships, take care of all relationships of all kinds that are in your life and that are for your highest good. For Mercury in Virgo transiting your 7th house, it's really about laughing at some of your problems, because like there's just so much going on. I couldn't imagine all of you getting stressed about your partnership problems. For some of you, it's laughing in the fights that you have. For some of you, it's like organizing your relationship with yourself, right? So that's really important. And then for Venus and Leo in the 6th house, it's really about understanding that transiting your 6th house, stay persistent on your jobs and like don't try to unravel things that are deeply wound up. Some of you are deeply like wounded into new hubs for work, and that could be really stressful, but you have to learn how to create stress-free patterns for yourself to disengage with something that's already so formed. Don't go and be the self-destructive Pisces rising where your 12th house is just spilling out onto everyone. You're unraveling everything that's so deeply sown that took years and years of self-esteem, high confidence, and work. And then with Mars and Libra transiting your 8th house, it's like, please have boundaries with some of these people who want to be intimate too fast. And understand that you can't break the bank right now, because it's going to come at your physical energy. Like, you're not going to have time to be like, I need money. You need to start being like, I can only place my money for the really deep things that I absolutely need this week, because if money is not flowing in the way you want it, you're a Pisces rising. Half of you are not even thinking about money. Half of you are like, I just want to go swimming. Or half of you are just like, I want to just be a healer, or I want to just solve problems. And you don't want to think about solving money problems. So be the dreamer this week, Pisces rising, but please don't break the bank too much. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week of Underwater Astrology's forecast for September 9th, September 16th, 2023. Much love.